Hey y'all, I'm Anna Alexander, and this is Dish About the Dish, where the foods we eat tell the stories of our lives. And it's challenge day today. I am going to attempt to make the recipe from season 9, episode 2, Great British Bake Off. And it was biscuit week, or as we say in the States, cookies. And today's recipe comes from Mr. Paul Hollywood, and it is the Jammy Biscuits. Now, I've had these before. I love them. They're one of my favorites. I've heard them called the Linzer cookies. I don't know why they're called that. And then also, like in the UK, you can get a roll of them pre-made called Jammy Dodgers, and they are so delightful and addictive. A little factory process, but if you want a good little jam shortbread, man, those do the trick. So I'm excited to get started. I'm a little nervous because we'll get into it with some of the ingredients, but the sun's shining. It was gray and horribly wet and miserable, and now the sun's out, so hopefully that means good things are to come. So the rules and parameters of this challenge within the confines of this kitchen. I'm going to have the exact same amount of time as the contestants did to make this recipe. Advantage me is that I've had a peek at it already, so I can get the ingredients together and the pieces, hopefully I have, and I've seen it before. But I've seen them before anyway, because again, I love this cookie. Advantage to the contestants are that they already had everything in a cute little basket, mise en place. They also probably weren't doing their own dishes, and they're not their own camera crew. So, and also more importantly, they have all of the ingredients required for this recipe, where I'm kind of sort of short. But we'll get into that in the actual making of it. So let's gird our loins, and I'll turn it over to Noel and Matt to have us begin.
We'd like you to make 12 biscuits. You have 1 hour and 45 minutes.
On your marks.
Get set.
Bake.
Jammy Biscuits, 1 hour, 45 minutes, and I'm a little freaked out. Now, okay, part 1 says make the jam. So we need our raspberries, which I'm gonna get cleaned up. And this is the part I'm scared of. It calls for jam sugar, which, after doing some research, in the States is called gelling sugar. I don't have that. I don't even know where to find that. So, this is the part that scares me the most. I'm going to go ahead and make it with just regular sugar. And one trick said to make sure I get the temperature just right. So I'm gonna make sure I get the temperature just right, just right. It's a lot of sugar to raspberries. Low heat. Low heat. Never made jam before. You know what this doesn't turn to jam? It looks delicious as it is. So while I'm waiting for this to come to a boil, I'm gonna mise en place my cookie part. 114. Am I gonna get it precisely 120? I'm gonna do my damnedest. 120 of butter. Have my egg, which I took out earlier today so it can get to room temperature. Because remember, we want our ingredients close to room temperature. Plain flour, corn flour. Corn flour. Yeah, corn flour. Now, in their words, okay, this is when semantics comes in and grammar. Very important. I have corn flour, 2 words. This recipe has corn flour, 1 word, which I think is called corn starch. So I'm gonna triple check this before I mess this up. Corn flour and corn starch are 2 different things. Now, if they said corn flour, 1 word is the same as corn flour, 2 words, it doesn't say. It's 25 grams, so let me see how much 25 grams is. Because cornstarch is a thickener, so that's why I didn't automatically think it was the same. But what do I know? This is the same people that came up with malt extract. So, okay, it's not a whole lot. And these do have a pretty golden color. I'm gonna go with the corn flour. We'll find out. We'll find out together. So 220 is apparently the magic number for jamming. So we'll see if I can get this to 220 without burning it or myself. Trick is, don't put your thermometer needle all the way to the bottom of the pan, because then you're measuring the temperature of your pan and not your food. It's always those last 2 degrees that take forever. So I either have jam or sauce. I don't know. We shall see. Apparently the gelling sugar or jam sugar has pectin in it and whatnot to help your jam set. Kind of like a version, gelatin-esque. Which I don't have. Now, these seeds right here, that looks like some damn good jam right there. But no, they want it seedless. So next we're gonna make the biscuits. So 126, time to make the biscuits. Okay, and this looks like it is the creaming method because I have ingredients are sugar, butter, sugar, cornstarch, flour, egg. That is the creaming method. So if you saw my chocolate chip cookie video, you would have heard the tip where if you don't know what the method is, if you see your list of ingredients as buttered followed by sugar, then an egg flavoring flour, that is the creamy method. How you know you have it halved. Tempted to cut them out now and show them after they're cut and save me some time, but that's not what this says. For me, the flatter and bigger your disc, the less you have to roll them out later. So at 50:42 left, we need to bake these cookies. So in the meantime, I've got my filling sort of mise en place. I've cleaned up my area, and let's start rolling these suckers out. Rolling out dough is one of my least favorite things on the planet. It's just so sticky. I'm supposed to get 12. It does, let's see here. 12 bottoms. I have a biscuit cutter. I do not have one of those cute little pressed hootenannies that they gave them on the show, but I did find this cute little flower that can punch out the hole in the center so the jam should show through. So I'm going to use this one. 12A1. And these two are supposed to chill for 20 minutes, which I knew that. I knew that. "26 minutes left? Yeah, I better start throwing these in the oven." Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Now some of my biscuit bases were a little on the thin side, so it says 10 to 12. I'm gonna check it at 9, 10 just to make sure those don't get extra crispy. Yeah, let's hope they don't get extra crispy. Alexa, off. We'll see. Think another minute. 3, 2, 1. So I made a royal mess, and that took a lot longer for the sugar and the butter to come together than I expected, but I finally got buttercream. And if you're wondering why I ran across the kitchen, it's because this house is 100 years old and all the outlets on that side of the kitchen. But hopefully these are cool enough and we will start assembling. Where am I at now? I've got 8 minutes. 8 minutes to assemble. Ooh. I think they could have gone probably another minute or 2 longer. And they're not exactly all the same size. God, I can feel the minutes ticking away. This is horrible. It's like I could do such a better job and not slap this together. Okay, I'm gonna take out the other cookies, but I don't think they're done either. Let's try not to make a right. Oh, that's gonna make a mess. That's gonna make a mess. Should probably roll them a wee bit thicker and then bake them longer. For some reason I roll out stuff and I think pie dough. Oh no! My time is up. Ugh. Bummer. So if I was on the show, this is what I would be presenting to Paul and Prue. And this would not do at all. But to not let things go to waste, I'm going to finish them off anyway, leaving one undone when I present it to my judges. So here we go. Paul Hollywood's Jammy Biscuits.
I like Jammy Biscuits, so. Yep. I like this one.
Tastes like a Jammy Biscuit.
Tastes like, oh, this tastes like a Ferris cone. You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm this one.
Yeah.
Yes, what, you like it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the whole thing.
Excellent. Yay.
I would eat it again.
There you have it. So I'm gonna give one a taste test. I'll pick the messiest one. Oh, I could have done these so much prettier. They taste like they're supposed to. Ooh, it's drippy. They could have gone for another minute. They're not as crisp as I would like, but they're fairly decent. Not too sweet, which is also good. This raspberry is sticky as heck. If I were to make these again in the future, I would use a smaller cookie cutter, biscuit cutter, and just a circle. If I didn't have the fancy little top, just make it a little bit smaller and a little bit thicker with both the buttercream and the cookie. But with a cup of tea, this would be delightful. Ooh. So if you are also doing this technical challenge, let me know how you did. Did you finish in time? I think my 2 biggest things that kept me up was having to move the camera to catch where I was filming, and also the rolling out of the dough. I took a little bit longer. It took about 20 minutes to get them rolled, shaped, and in the refrigerator, and that should have taken me 15, 20. So I think those 2 things are what held me up and made me run out of time. But this was fun. Thank you so much for joining me for this adventure. I would like to see you again as I do more technical challenges from the Great British Bake Off. Again, I'm starting with the current season. I'm gonna work my way backward, including the holiday episodes. Those should be fun. So thank you again, and until next time, y'all.